Hey, welcome to another speedrun game. Playing Huracan. See what variation they go for. Okay. To go for like a typical advance, probably. Maybe an exchange. Oh, I suppose we could still get like a fantasy or something. It would be fun. Just get an advance. In that instance, I'm just gonna go here. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop any weird e6 ideas by getting to e6 first. Hmm. Yeah, they're pushing a lot of pawns, that's for sure. More than anything, I guess I want to challenge the center immediately, so that if they don't defend it with a knight or a bishop, I just want to take right away, I think. Probably just as long as they don't defend it with a knight, the right option will likely be just to take. He wants to take immediately instead. Yeah, that just does not feel right at all. I can just take in the center with my queen. And if he tries to take back with a knight, I'll just be up a pawn for free. Yeah, I like this. This comes with I mean, I guess like I could also just take in the center myself, but the problem becomes that then taking back with my queen just isn't as strong. Just want to develop as much as possible. I'm just threatening to win a clean center pawn. I mean, I suppose I probably will. Um, just anything else, then I allow them to take, and it seems like the complications there don't really favor me at all. Uh, I just want to keep developing, I'm pretty sure. This practically forces a queen trade. But it's a little bit sad. Like, I wish I had a good way of, like, convoluting it. But I just don't think I do. So way more developed than my opponent. And I'm playing as the black pieces. Like, If we trade queens, then the center, like their center pawn is hanging. And I've got a center pass pawn. Okay. But here, more than anything, yeah, I think I just wanna reinforce the knight, maybe get the opportunity to rotate around here, discourage that move. Like, yeah. This is a very comfortable position. I just gotta keep watching for threats. Okay. That attacks my bishop and double attacks this. So I'm kind of obliged to play here to deal with both those threats at the same time. That does reinvigorate the threat on this. He could take a pawn over there, and I guess like he could still probably hold. And here I'm just thinking like bishop e2 or e7, I should say. Unless they happen to hang the center pawn to attack the ice pawn. It's very possible because I kind of feel like they have to play there to not hang that. And yeah, they just immediately hang this, and this pushes for like a very equal trade anyway. So I don't think I have much reason to be scared of this position. I don't want to move my king just yet. Yeah, that's the only thing. The pawn that I'm up is fairly weak. I do think it is manageable though. I don't want to block my bishop development. I don't want to get tickled by that pawn over there easily. I do want to try to hold on to what I have. I'm still looking to potentially play bishop e7 if possible. or even play here. Yeah, they're looking to increase the pressure on my isolated queen pawn. Makes it's very logical. More than anything, I almost want to prematurely reinforce it even more so that there isn't a threat, like a discovered threat on it. Because that, I feel like, just walks into a fork. I guess it technically doesn't. He just attacks this side then. It does go for a fork over here. There's a fork that's kind of undeniable. What about if this get significantly? I mean, one thing I could do is like that. I don't think that particularly helps. I could develop my bishop where that protects most of that. I guess that's still like it still drops the A pawn. So yeah, at this point I think I might actually be in a weaker position if he plays super well. But also just trade my bishop and then grab that weakness in the corner. Like, yeah, it's what he ends up doing. I castle, and I think I'm in a lightly rough position. Albeit still mostly equal. Okay. That ups the amount of times that that square is being attacked by one, which could potentially lead to tactics. Because I do want this fork, if possible. Can I somehow protect the square more? Not all that simply. I would have to like rotate around. And yeah, like he wants to trade as many pieces as possible, because that would make winning my center pawn easier. Because I have less resources. I guess I'll just centralize my rook. I at least don't want to trade in a way that stacks his rooks. It seems very disadvantageous in this position. But yeah, I do think my position is a little bit rough here. Like I might have to eventually kind of just play for complications in time. Maybe I should have brought the rook up there, but I also like the fact that my knight is now centralized. And here, it's attacked 3 times, which is really bad. Yeah, he already kind of seems to win the Center pawn, he plays surprisingly well. It's one of those, like, at least now I get to double stack, and but the problem is actually, the bigger problem is that that's also a check. So yeah, I have to do this. Hopefully he does that. But even that doesn't work because his rook is protected at the end of the line. So it doesn't even matter. I'll create some luft for myself, at least, but I do think my position is substantially worse. And yeah, he takes with the rook, which is even worse. There's some vague threats of a back rank. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the complications going. Here, that doesn't threaten too much. Here, like I want to, if possible, threaten a pawn. At the same time, I want to think that there's something else going on. And he doesn't think about his back rank and he dies. Yeah, that was like I mean I suppose I so like deserved to win and that they blundered, but like that was not a clean game off me at all. Like, yeah, like how do I deal with all these pawn pushes? It's already how's one meant to deal with all this? Bring the knight to the center? Yeah, like it just transformed my structure into like an isolated queen's pawn structure in which I had no real plans. But luckily we just didn't see back rank. Which I mean, I guess that's all you gotta play for, man.